guy. There it is. Okay, good, good, good. All right. So, y'all, the second part we have here is, or the last thing we're going to do today is talk about multiplying polynomials. So, again, y'all, we've kind of dealt with some of those before in that we know how to multiply numbers together. We know how to multiply things that have exponents. So, when I see a problem like this, y'all, 8 times 3, that's just going to give me 24, right? And then if I have two x's here and I got one more, y'all, we got a total of 3. So 24x to the third. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay. So, y'all, for something like this, we're going to use the distributive property. We're going to multiply the 3x times the 2x. So we're going to go like this, and then we're going to take the 3x times the 5. Okay, so let's do the first two. 3 times 2, that's going to give me 6. Y'all, x with another x, that's going to give us x squared. Okay. Plus 3x times 5, that's just going to give me a 15x. Y'all remember, these here are not like terms. One of them has an x squared and the other one has an x. So because one has an x squared and one has an x, I'm just going to leave them like that. Okay. All right, let me go down to the next one here. We're going to go again, 7x, y'all. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3. So if it helps, y'all, remember, think of the number in front of that x squared as a 1. So I'm going to say, look, 7 times 1 is 7. X with 2 more x's, y'all, x to the 3. Okay. 7 times 2 is going to give me 14. X and another x, x to the power 2, or x squared. And then 7x times -1 is just a minus 7x. Again, y'all, because all of my powers are different. One's an x to the third, one's an x squared, and one's an x. I can't combine them, and that's where we stop. Okay. Let's keep going down here and see what else we got. Okay, so we got another one here with a -2a. Okay, so y'all, again, I'm going to go really slow. Remember, if it helps, think of the number in front of this a, y'all, as a 1. So look, -2 times 1, -2. A with another a, that's a squared. -2 times 4, -8. Again, with the letter a, because we still had that a right there. Since one's an a squared and since one's an a, I cannot combine them, so I'm just going to leave them as they are. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at this next one. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. Excuse me. 9 times 5, y'all, that's 45. X3 and X2, I'm going to add them together. That's X5. And then 9 times 12 should be something like 108. And I don't want to forget my x to the third. Okay. So there we go. Okay. All right. Y'all, I'm going to move down a little bit more. Okay. So when I see a problem like this, y'all, we're going to use the distributive property, but we're going to do it twice. So I'm going to take this x here, and I'm going to go like this, y'all, 1 and 2. So let's do that. X times x, y'all, that's an x squared. Okay. And then x times 3, that's going to give me a 3x. Okay. Now, y'all, we've already used this x, so I'm going to scratch them out. I'm not going to use them anymore. But I'm going to do the same thing with the number 4. I'm going to multiply the 4 times both pieces. 4 times x is a 4x. And 4 times 3, y'all, is going to give me the number 12. Okay. Now, I do have some like terms here, y'all. My x squared is not a like term, but we can add those guys together. So 3x and 4x is just going to give us a 7x. Remember, y'all, when we're doing something like this, we don't change the letters. We just add the numbers in front, and then we still got a plus 12 there. Okay. All right, I'm going to do the same thing for this next one here, y'all. So I'm going to scroll down, and I say, okay, look, let's do the a. So a times a, that's a squared. A times a -2, that's a -2a. Y'all, I've already used that a. I'm not going to use them anymore. 7 times a, that's a plus 7a. And 7 times minus 2, that's a minus 14. Okay. So look, y'all, we got our a squared. We're going to combine these two guys together. Minus 2 and plus 7. If I owed you $2, but I had 7, I'm still left with 5. And then we still got that minus 14. Okay. All right, let me keep going down here, see what else we got. Okay, so y'all, for something like this, again, I'm going to go really slow. 3x squared, I'm going to multiply it by 4x squared. So let's do the numbers first. 3 times 4 is 12. Y'all, x2 and another x2, remember, we're adding the exponents together, x4. Okay. 3x squared times 7. So 3 times 7, 21. And I still have that x squared. Okay. So y'all, we can go ahead and scratch out our 3x squared. Now we're going to multiply 1. So 1 times 4x squared is still 4x squared. And 1 times 7 is still 7. Okay. Y'all, this is the only x to the 4th I have, so it's just 12x to the 4th. These are my like terms, right? They're both x squared. So remember, y'all, when we're combining like terms, we don't change the powers anymore. We just combine the numbers in front. 21 and 4 more is 25. X squared, and then a plus 7. Okay. Y'all, let me scroll down a little bit more. So for this one here, y'all, when we have a 2y minus 4 all squared, I always tell my students, if you see something like this, remember what it means to square something. It means to write it down 2 times. So I'm going to write 2y minus 4 and another 2y minus 4. Okay. And so right here, y'all, I'm going to multiply 2y times 2y. Let's see, that's going to be 4y squared. 2y times a negative 4 is going to be a minus 8 with a y. Okay, I'm going to scratch that 2y because we've already used it. Now we're going to go negative 4 with a 2y. That's another minus 8y. And then right here, y'all, minus 4 times another minus 4. Remember, a negative times a negative, y'all, is a positive 16. Okay. Y'all, we can combine these two guys in the middle. Okay. So look, 4y squared minus 8. Remember, minus 8 means I owe you 8. Minus another 8. So if I owed you $8 and you'd lent me another $8, y'all, I now owe you 16. Right? Boom. And there we go. All right. So y'all, this next one here, 3y plus 5 squared. Let me go ahead and write it out. So let's see. Remember, 3y plus 5 squared, y'all, means 3y plus 5. And then again, right next to it, y'all, another 3y plus 5. Okay. So let's try these. So let's see. 3 times 3, that's 9y squared. Y'all, 3y times 5, that's a 15y. Okay. Now, I've already used this 3y. I'm not going to use any more. 5. 5 times 3y, another 15y. And then 5 times 5, y'all, should give me a 25. Okay. All right. We're going to combine our like terms. Y'all, y squared right here. 15 and 15, y'all, is going to leave me with 30. Okay. Plus 25. There we go. Okay, so y'all, when I scroll down to this next one that I have here, the way I'm going to approach this problem, y'all, real slowly, okay? So look, we're going to take this 4x. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's go slow. So look, y'all, 4 times 8, 32. There's an x here, and there's 2 more. That means there's a total of 3 of them. Okay. 4 times 2. 4 times 2, y'all, that's going to give me 8. There's an x here, and there's another x here. That means that there's 2 of them. 4 times minus 4 minus 16. Don't forget the x. Okay. Y'all, again, we use that 4x. I'm going to scratch it out. Second number I have negative 5. Negative 5 times 8, negative 40 x squared. Negative 5 times 2, minus 10 with an x. A negative 5, 4, plus 20. Okay. Y'all, let's see which terms we have that we can combine. So look, 32x to the third. There's no other x to the thirds, just this guy. But x squareds, I got a positive 8 and I got a minus 40. So if I had $8, but I owed you 40, I would still owe you 32. Okay. Right here, minus 16 and minus 10. If I owed you $16 and you lent me 10 more, I now owe you 26. And then finally at the very end, y'all, I'm just going to bring down that plus 20. Boom. And we got it done. Okay. All right. So y'all, we got a couple more here. Let's knock these guys out. And we should be done after. I think there's about 3 or 4 more problems, y'all, and then we'll be done. Okay, it's just these next 4. So let's do these, y'all. A times A. Again, I'm going to go like this. A times A, A2, or A squared. Okay. A times 7, 7A. Okay, let's scratch out this A because we've already used it. Negative 7 times A, minus 7A. And negative 7 times a positive 7, minus 49. So look, y'all, if I combine my like terms, I got an A squared. Y'all, my A's right here. Positive 7, minus 7. They're going to cancel each other out. We got a minus 49. So just an A squared and then a minus 49 after that. Okay. All right. Let's try this next one. Y'all, again, I'm going to go through the process the same way. So look, y'all, 7 times 7. 7 times 7, that's 49. X2. 7 times 5, that should be 35 with an X. Okay. Y'all, negative 5 times 7, negative 35 with an X. And then finally, negative 5 times positive 5, y'all, negative 25. Okay. Y'all, I'm going to worry about combining my like terms. I only got that 149x squared. If I look at my 35x's, y'all, one's positive, one's negative. They're going to cancel each other out. And again, I got a minus 25 right after that. Okay. Okay, so y'all, the next one that I got here, let's see. Let's try this one. So look, 3x squared times another 3x squared. That's 9x to the power 4. Remember, y'all, we're adding the exponents together. 3x squared times a minus 1 is just a minus 3x squared. So let's get rid of this guy. Okay, now let's do the 1. 1 times 3x squared, still 3x squared. Oops, sorry. And then 1 times negative 1, negative 1. Okay. Y'all, it looks like our 3x squareds are going to cancel out. So we're just left with 9x to the power 4. Boom. And then minus 1. So, y'all, the last question I have here is asking us, can we find the area of a rectangle? So, y'all, in the chat, right, Giovanna, you had asked about, formulas for area and stuff like that. So for the most part, guys, they are going to provide you with formulas. There may be some where they don't. So I would say, like, area of a rectangle, I would say one, I would probably, if I were in your shoes, I would say, look, remember this one. Because remember, y'all, area, anytime we're dealing with area, the main thing we're doing here, y'all, is we're multiplying, okay? So we're going to say, look, length times the width. Either way, whichever one we write first or second doesn't make any difference. So look, y'all, I'm going to go like this. 2x minus 5, 2x plus 5, okay? So we're going to go 2 times 2, 4, x squared. 2 times 5, 10 with an x. I'm going to scratch out that 2x. I've already used it. Negative 5. Negative 5 times 2, negative 10x. Negative 5 and positive 5, minus 25. Okay. Y'all, it looks like our 10x's will cancel because one's positive, one's negative. So my answer here, y'all, 4x squared minus 25. One more thing I'm going to do, y'all. Remember when we talked about area, we said area was always measured in square units. So it would be square yards here, y'all. Okay. Square yards, yard squared, however you want to write it, right? But that's pretty much what it is. Okay. So, y'all, we were able to get everything done today. Awesome. So, y'all, just as a heads up, tomorrow, let me come back this way. And let me come back over here where our class is. So let me go down to my daily activity, daily schedule, right? So tomorrow, guys, we're going to continue with polynomials. We're going to talk a little bit about factoring and simplifying rational expressions. Okay, so tomorrow, guys, is going to be more of this type of stuff. And then Thursday is the last day. We're going to be doing some stuff with lines. We're going to talk a little bit about square roots, Pythagorean theorems, okay? Y'all, tomorrow I have a docs appointment at 12:15 in Edinburgh, and I live in Edinburgh. So tomorrow, guys, I'm not going to come in here. I'm going to be doing the live broadcast. I'm just going to do it from my house because as soon as I'm done, I'm going to log off and I'm going to take off to the docs, okay? So I just wanted to let everybody know, right? Tomorrow, if you were planning on coming in, I apologize, guys, but I have that appointment. But I will do everything. I'm just going to do it from my house, okay? So we'll still do everything online, all that kind of stuff. I'll still upload everything, all right? So let me do this, y'all. Let me go ahead and end the session. I wonder if it lets me. Yeah, here it goes.